There. So it's the Danes that get things underway. They did to extra time, you may recall. Damsgaard getting through and then making the most of the knockout stage. Imagined on.
Yeah, it was a game that I covered, and
some careless play, and Dolberg was in for a moment, and remember he plays his club football in France and he almost upset the home nation, and it was Mailer who just got in one of those go.
The ball quite enough. Kim Mailer, great chance.
Just a bit too heavy from Eriksson, but it was another opportunity to try and get picked out near the penalty spot. Indeed, it was he that got the touch off probably his shoulder. Benzema perhaps put him off. Winner, Conte then tries to get it back to him. It was on target, but it was blocked. A couple of Danish players alongside him. Tried to thread it through from Mbappe, away by Højbjerg.
And Anderson deal with him, surround him. And around.
Keeps on going on Mbappe and on to Benzema. Is he onside? Well, they've all looked up at the flag and it's been raised, and it won't count.
Well, we said at the start, in the opening 10 minutes, they were lacking sharpness, but Conte, who's aware of Benzema there, he just...
Position by the assistant, and in fairness to him, he would have the... ended 0-0. Both teams try to exchange passes with Coman. Is that a foul? It's noticeable how much the likes of Kunde has come forward from.
Intent whatsoever, he just turns his body and his arm does catch.
Easily enough, Anderson to weave some magic against Nelson. Is that a foul by him?
Nelson leans in, puts his arm across, and actually... he's won the ball. I don't think that's a foul.
Counter-attack maybe. Final ball was side, cancelled out what would have been the opener. And here's Mbappe again. This time he goes himself, beats the floor because he knew it. Chouameni was one of them. And the other. Almost.
Space out there in which to operate.
Rocky. Olsen and Vass trying to combine that from Vestergaard.
No, you can see what.
He's not got too many options. He's quite happy.
He does well in the end. Joachim Mailer.
I guess from Kunde in the end.
You can see why Joachim Mailer scores so many.
Term contract at Brentford. And had a great deal to do with the reason they stayed in the Premier League, as Lloris dives in front of. Maybe a minute we get. Out at the moment. I don't know if it's more worrying the injury. Genuine friendlies, but
Varane, because he was away there. Dolberg, had he got the other side,
Benzema reached it and does a second time and then might do a third, but in the end it was that star jump from Schmeichel that got the ball away. True contact on it. It was a fairly routine Bundesliga. Here's Benzema, still Benzema. That is absolutely breathtaking. He makes it look easy, it isn't. He just does these little step overs and the footwork of, well, a ballerina. And in the end, he just passes it beyond Denmark's goalkeeper into the corner of the net. And he demonstrates to everyone just why he is the most feared striker in Europe right now.
Well, like a...
Normally the ball, I'm going to have to come up with something quite significant. I mean, to be fair, actually, in comparison to what this fella's done, it was as though this is a game they can win handsomely. Hernandez shot defensive midfielders because they all have a case, but
absolute beauty, isn't it? Still has to stay calm.
Except if you're Danish.
Yeah.
Have France got themselves another problem?
Yeah, Rafael Varane stretched before that. The ball was over his head. And he stretched, attempted pass, yeah, but once again, Denmark didn't.
Goals for them in the Turkish Super League.
France got players that can really punish them.
Defender just in front of him. You can see he's... I think Damsgaard was there as well. Dragged shot wide by Christensen. Bodies in there. Cornelius is one of them! And the impact of the substitute is almost instantaneous at the end, where the Denmark supporters are congregated. And they are level.
Well, we said they usually score. Hasn't really been much sign of it so far tonight.
There's no sign of the Mexican wave now inside the Stade de France.
That Danish goal appears to have done the same.
It's a foul on Joaolives Nelson. Turns away in disappointment.
Piece of brilliant defending moments before, but nowhere near the ball.
Well, that's where it was intended to go. But, it never came down for him about hitting it. And he does! Oh, against the post, and then Nkunku volleys it, well, almost volleys it over the top of the bar. I wonder if he'd have been in offside position anyway, but first... Scarred. Bad ball, Mailer, almost concentration if they've got now. Saliba uses his strength, but he can't stop him. And Cornelius gets his second, and maybe Denmark do have a winner.
Well, it will be checked, because there was the potential that he could be offside here. If he's not, Denmark may have their winner. What a finish, by the way. Whether he's onside
for it, as Koundé plays it in, and Benzema can't get to it. Rabiot does, but I think he thought that Benzema was going to get there. And in
Denmark are a good team, but trust me, this will be perceived as a massive shock.
Klaus, well, he had a go. It's a strange trajectory on the board. It must have been a deflection, was it? Or did he just miss? And he concludes proceedings.